The walled fortress of the Shrine of Chaos has been infiltrated by the modern US Army. Their surveyors tell them that there's oil underground. And you know the US Army, where there's oil, there's gonna be a fight. What they did not know was that the Roman legions have been laying dormant here for thousands of years. And now that trespassers have come to the Shrine of Chaos, they're ready to assault and take it back. Can the modern US Army, 75,000 soldiers strong, along with M1 Abrams, Sea Whizzes, and missile systems, manage to defend the tiered walls of the Shrine of Chaos? Or will they fall to 9.5 million Romans death charging them? If you guys enjoy these Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 videos with the brand new map building update, let me know in the comment section below, as well as what scenarios you guys would like to see in the future. Either way, let's get right on into this thing. Alrighty then, boyos, we're gonna go ahead and press start right here, and just under 10 million Roman soldiers begin their death charge against the US Army defenses. There's one single missile. There we go. More missiles coming out now against these Roman soldiers, taking out large swaths of these Praetorian guards early on in the morrow. And there's some Sea Whiz fire also coming in here. Extremely devastating artillery is hitting the Romans left and right, getting thousands and thousands of kills, I'm sure, early on in this battle. And let's see, yes, already over 14,000 Roman troopers have died, and only 2 US Army soldiers have died. Now, this is a tiered wall defense here, and this was made by Chaotic Pinky on YouTube, so go check him out for creating this map. It's available on the Steam Workshop if you'd like to download it for yourself. But as you can see, this first wall here has 2 bridge entrances that the Romans can come up and over, and it looks like some of these US Army cadets here are getting hit by some incoming sword swings as the Romans death charge on forward, but already the body piles building up here as the US Army pours fire into the Roman legionnaires. Beautiful. And, of course, there's these walls here where the US Army can easily fire down at the charging Romans and get some extra bonus kills for their boys in the front lines here that are defending the ramps themselves. Then there's these 2 walls here where we've got M1A2 Abrams here, as well as more US Army soldiers up top this way, more up here, and then, of course, the very back here where the missile systems are inside the fortress itself. We also have some side entrances over here, and finally, there's 2 bridge defenses here. If this battle couldn't get any more crazy, yeah, there's bridges as well. These Roman soldiers death charging the bridges at the moment, and we do have US Army legions behind, ready to defend against these guys. And on the far right side over here, we have pretty much the exact same thing running parallel, where there should be more legionnaires coming across this way. Yes, there are, except over here it's going to be a little tougher. These guys have shotguns, so they can only shoot the Roman legionnaires when they get nice and close. So these guys are going to have a little bit more trouble maybe defending, because the Romans might actually be able to reach them a bit more. But their weapons do have higher damage output since they are shotguns, so maybe that will actually work in their advantage. It just gives the Romans a chance to actually get nice and close and potentially get some swings on some of these US Army soldiers, which we can see is in fact happening here, but not to too deadly of an effect. We do have 700 dead US Army soldiers already, which is 1%? No. It's 0.1% of their total force. So not really too big of a deal, but, you know, they are losing some soldiers. The Romans have lost at least 150,000 troops at this point. Now, I say at least because in this game, missile systems and things along those lines do collateral damage, which doesn't necessarily get counted. You know, explosive damage and things like that don't always get counted in the total result. If you guys have been long-time viewers of these videos, you'll know that. So right now, it says the US Army has gotten 174,000 kills. It's probably closer to like 200 to 300,000 kills, just due to the fact that those explosives don't always register as kills for the defenders here. But you can see that the Romans are at the very least getting through a little bit. Why am I getting spammed with Discord messages? Dude, I keep muting Discord and it keeps unmuting whenever I restart my computer. Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. It is what it is. One problem we could see is these U.S. Army soldiers firing down here could potentially build body piles to the point where the Romans are able to rise up through them, although this is a pretty tall wall, so it will take some serious doing for that to happen, so maybe we're okay. Maybe that's not going to happen right off the rip, and we'll be all set there. Look at that missile system still firing out. Absolutely gorgeous. U.S. Army defending the Shrine of Chaos beautifully so far, and 9.2 million Romans remain from their starting 9.5 million. Absolute insanity. Either way, guys, if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and why don't we get into our first overhead time lapse here of the Roman charge of the Shrine of Chaos, because this is going to be a long battle. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alright, 20 minutes later, and we're down to 8.6 million Roman soldiers. So, obviously, the U.S. Army is actually doing quite well for themselves, I would say. That's honestly not bad. Almost 1 million kills in like half an hour or so. Although, this ramp is looking a little bit risky. Might break soon. This ramp over here has already broken, and so these Romans are actually skirting around the sides here. Now there's also Roman archers and some catapults. Here are some of those catapults here scattered about. Catapults are super weak, but if they do get shots off, it's very devastating. Hopefully these missile systems can do some good work against them, get a few kills. However, those archers are bountiful. There's 1 million archers on the battlefield, and they will get some arrow shots off for sure against the enemies. Over here, our shotgun bridge is still holding, although now they're starting to get just full charged, and they'll probably lose some serious troops here. I don't expect them to really, like, make much of a defense anymore. I hate to say it. This is probably going to be the end of these guys over here. Let's check the other bridge all the way over this way. I love all of the CIWS fire and the missile system fire. That's so cool looking. Okay, this bridge is doing way better. Romans haven't even crossed it yet. Look at that. That's beautiful. Has anyone made it to the other side? A few did over here, but they might have exploded over. Oh no, this guy's just straight run over. Interesting. How did he get over here? How are they? Oh, maybe they fall down here and then run? Or they're glitching their way up? They're probably glitching their way up. That's probably how it's being done. Oh look, this catapult might be able to fire over. Oh, and it died. If those catapults could get shots over, though, that would definitely devastate the U.S. Army here pretty decently, I would say, but I don't think it's really going to happen yet. That's a shame, but this bridge over here is definitely the one that's going to go down soon. These ramps are definitely getting pilfered pretty good by the Roman troops. Let's watch this final holdout of this bridge and see how they do. Hopefully they can hold for a while longer, maybe. And these guys over here ended up breaking relatively quickly after that time lapse. So now I think either they're going to pivot this way and start hitting these guys, or more than likely they're going to go over here and start attacking this little shrine bridge stair thing. These are a little bit more elite troopers over here, so I have a feeling they'll be able to hold out a little bit longer than those shotgun units. Not that the shotgun units didn't do well. They definitely got at least like 100k kills or so, but they are dead now, so kind of useless to us. Why don't we watch as those enemies come on in here, and these guys hopefully start firing at them. Alright, well the Romans did gear their next assault over this way, and they're tearing through these stairs, honestly. But I think once the top sort of starts getting assaulted, they'll slow down a bit more, hopefully, because there's a bit more men up here, a bit more spread out. And also, they're not really getting after these men on this staircase as much, so they'll be able to shoot over this way. Plus, we got some of these guys helping out over here, too. Some additional, more marksman-geared units and regular assault riflemen, so they'll be able to help. This bridge over here has almost completely collapsed. Sorry, staircase over here has almost completely collapsed, with these U.S. Army troopers over here struggling a little bit, and then these guys over here also struggling a bit more, but that wall should stay somewhat okay. This bridge is still doing fine over here though, and of course the main line is doing fine as well. I'm gonna let this run for maybe like an hour because this is going to be a longer battle since there's so many choke points, so I'll be right back with that. Yeah, it'll just be a second for you guys. Alright boys, it's been about an hour, and looks like, yes, more progress has been made over here, but our boys are still standing, which is good. Not a ton of kills on the Romans, honestly. There's still, I think it says 7.8 million of them, so what, like 400k more died or something along those lines? They are eating through this area pretty quickly now, which is not good. Yeah, the wall is barely standing over this way, and you can see the catapult shots are coming in now. You can see them hitting over here, and it's scattering the men and making them disorganized and also dealing damage. They don't necessarily die due to every single catapult shot, but it does do some damage. It's good to see the Sea Whizzes firing out this way. Hopefully they can hit these catapults and take them out rather quickly. They should be capable of killing these like decently easily. They just need to get a few shots on them. Yeah, just like that. And that will eliminate the enemy artillery quite nicely and hopefully destroy them. Over this way, these guys are still perfectly fine. Look at the body piles building up over here. They're doing quite a nice job. They're doing very nice. We'd love to see. And then, of course, the main defense here. Ooh, starting to get charged. I did not mean to place that this way out here. Doesn't do anything. It just gets in the way. You have to have units selected for it to actually do anything. Yeah, these guys are starting to get charged now. The Abrams here were supposed to be spawned in over this way to guard the stairs. They obviously did not spawn there, but that's okay. They'll guard the right side, I guess. And we do have more soldiers over here defending. We've also got, of course, these guys over here that will be able to assist and help out, and the tiers of the wall here. Ooh, this is crumbling fast now. Ooh, that's not good. So they're going to start side sweeping over this way. Oh, this could be disaster. This might not hold very well, honestly. I thought we were holding very, very nicely, but this is starting to look rather abysmal. We still got a lot of battle ahead of us, but not looking too hot. All right, let's go ahead and run an overhead time lapse over here because we'll be able to see kind of everything. Okay, this defense is not doing too hot at this point. They're getting sideswiped pretty much everywhere. The Romans are kind of dominating right now. The Abrams are still alive, and we do still have a decent number of Sea Whizzes still alive, although a couple died over here. And missile systems are safe that are inside here, although I'm not really seeing them firing too much, but they do have a bit of a reload time, so there's that. This bridge over here, still staying alive, no problems there at all, and this staircase still doing fine, but yeah, this front is just not holding exactly the way we wanted it to. It's kind of funny because sometimes the Romans absolutely steamroll the defenders, and other times the defenders get steamrolled by the Romans. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right, let's continue to watch this, and hopefully the Abrams here can hold out at least a little bit longer and get some more kills. We do have 7 million Romans remaining, so 2.5 million in total have died at this point, which is not bad. It's just we need them to do a little bit worse. We need the U.S. Army to do a little bit better. Well, the entire portion of these front steps is now dead. The left steps over here somehow are still holding pretty decently. I just saw some catapult shots go at them though, so that's not a great sign. And missile systems inside the fortress here are getting attacked, which is also not very good. Everything else over here is dead, and then it's just going to be this bridge defense over here. That's all we have left once everything over this way ends up dying. So things really don't look very good. We've got 6.5 million Romans remaining, which is, you know, a very hearty number of Romans. Only 3 million have died so far, so things really don't look good for the U.S. Army. Maybe they can hold for a while longer, but we'll just have to see. It's not looking great. It's been another 20 minutes, and the U.S. Army is surprisingly holding pretty nicely here. Of course, at the bridge, they're holding completely, but over this way, they're still in this thing. That's kind of crazy. I mean, 5.9 million zombies remain, so they're actually getting some decent-ish kills on the zombies, I guess you could say. You know, 3.5 million now? Over that is how many they've killed. Did I say zombies? I meant Romans. I've been doing too many zombie videos lately. Either way, I'm just gonna let this run for a little bit because, yeah, maybe this battle will last a little bit longer than I thought. Not many Americans are dying here. Alright, well, I was playing Slay the Spire while observing the battle here on my Steam Deck, and let me just say, Slay the Spire might be my new favorite roguelike next to Balatro. Oh, so good. So good. Highly recommend. Either way, looks like these guys actually did get another 1 million kills during that time. Probably due to these guys, but the second these died, which they actually have like, I think 20 to 40k health, something like that, so they could stay alive for a while. But once they died, this staircase got flanked and died as well. So now all of these Romans are heading straight for the bridge defense over here, where these guys, I mean, they have done a fantastic job of holding out this bridge against the attacking zombies. So these are not zombies, these are Romans, oh my god. But it's obvious that assault rifles are way better at bridge defenses than the shotgun units were. Not that the shotgun units would still be alive if they were assault rifle units, because, I mean, the front here died on its own, but the flank did contribute to it, so, Oh, yeah, maybe if that bridge had held longer, we'd be in a better situation here for the U.S. Army, but as it stands right now, these guys are about to get side flanked. It does look like the Romans are going to be moving, like, kind of front and then over here instead of running diagonally over here, which is maybe a good thing, but I think eventually they'll just so crash into here and really destroy everything. It could be a little bit messy. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think these guys will hold out for too much longer. I think if it was just the bridge they had to deal with, they certainly would. But with this flank happening, it's probably going to be over fairly quickly here. Still impressive that they've gotten, 4.5 million kills since there are 4.94 million Romans remaining. I think that's pretty good, but yeah, look at this. They're already collapsing in, and these guys were distracted, so they didn't really shoot them, and so now the Romans are going to start getting serious kills on this area here, and these guys are likely all to go down fairly quickly. Not too good looking, but they gave it their all, baby. They gave it their all. Let's watch this time lapse here. Well, we have our L, delivered by the Romans of ye old times. Let me know if you guys want to see some other battles on this map. I feel like it would be a very, very cool medieval army defense against maybe, I don't know, a zombie attack or something like that. Or medieval army versus Roman, something like that. So we haven't done melee versus melee in a while, and I think that could be pretty cool. Either way, the W does go to the Romans this time around. I believe last time the U.S. Army just absolutely dominated them by holding out outright, essentially. So to see melee units gaining a victory against gun units again is, well, rather refreshing, but I wish it was done in a little bit better of a manner because 4.8 million Romans still remain, which is pretty horrible. The U.S. Army did not do that well. They killed half of them, which is pretty good, but yeah, it's tough out here. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.